And right here in our studio, the amazing and talented Debbie Allen. We're going to dish about why she's here in Atlanta and what she's been up to. It's all coming up right now on Atlanta and Company. Everybody, good morning. Thank you for watching Atlanta and Company. I'm Christine Pilara. So what do you get when you combine a story inspired by Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist, the rich musical tradition of Jelly's Last Jam, and award-winning director, choreographer Debbie Allen? Well, you get Twist, which is kicking off the Alliance Theater's fall season, and we are so thrilled because Debbie joins us right there, right now, to tell us more about it. Welcome.
Thanks, Christine.
It's so great to have you.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm just so happy to be here in Atlanta, working at the Alliance Theater. We've had a glorious time.
Good.
Discovering Twist. You know, this is his first inclination. It's a world premiere, and the music is amazing. The dancing is dynamic, and the audiences have just been cheering every night.
I was just going to ask you, how was last night? Because it was the official opening.
The official opening.
What did you feel? What was the vibe from the audience?
Oh, my God, it was amazing. People came from all over the country.
You're kidding.
No, they came from New York, from Miami, from Chicago, from L.A. It was a packed house, and it was a house of people that are in the theater, in the arts, and, you know, agents, managers, producers, all this. A very sophisticated and very Atlanta audience, and they were cheering.
Good. Well, I bet. And this has been kind of a labor of love for you, right? How did it feel to finally see it all coming to fruition?
Well, you know, it is a labor of love that happened very quickly. Tina Clark told me about this musical 2 years ago that she had written. When she played the music for me, I just went crazy, and I said, please, I want to do this. And so we got on a journey with Susan Booth, the artistic director of Alliance.
Met her before. She's wonderful.
Yeah, she's fantastic. And she said, come in and open our season. And it was like, oh my God, I was actually directing Grey's Anatomy when I got the call.
You're kidding.
I was directing Grey's Anatomy, and then I had to tell everybody on the cast, honey, I'm going to the theater, and they were all celebrating with me. And we actually put this show together in less than 4 months' time.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
That's really fast.
And to be, I really think it's really good, though.
Well, and I wanted to tell our audience, because it's not what you're thinking. It's not the traditional Charles Dickens, Oliver Twist.
No.
It is a different time, a different period of time, different city here in the U.S., so tell us about that.
Well, it translates beautifully from Dickens' Victorian England to New Orleans. New Orleans, 1928, on the eve of the Great Depression, the time of Prohibition, and with this beautiful child who's mulatto, whose mother was white, his father's black. He's an orphan, and he's trying to find out who he is. He's trying to find his family, trying to find his identity, and the story just is wonderful. The music, the dancing, and ultimately he changes the people's lives that he touches. He takes people that are just immersed in greed and hate, and he helps them find their goodness. This young man that's playing the lead role, Alaman Jiaju, oh my God, he's 9 years old, and what a find for all of us. He actually was found in my dance academy in Los Angeles.
That's great.
It was really, I mean, I didn't push it because we looked all over the country. But he is wonderful, and some of the talent out of Atlanta.
Good,
Matthew
Atlanta.
Johnson, Olivia, Joseph, they are. The singing, the acting, it's so powerful.
So I like that it's the story behind Twist, Oliver Twist, but you've just given it a whole new spin, and it's still so timely.
It's so timely because there's so many orphans on the street.
Right.
There's so many disenfranchised children. There's so much people are motivated by greed. You know, this is how we got into this horrible financial tailspin that we're trying to come out of. And but ultimately, it's just really a story about love, finding love. You know, those orphans. You meet some wonderful kids. The kids in the show are amazing. Bill Brown, who wrote The Wiz, is our author.
Great.
Yeah, and he saw the first run through. He says, "Oh, I didn't know this was going to happen, but I think the kids might be the stars of the show."
Really. And you know, you talk about the music, Tina Clark, who composed it, she's written for so many wonderful people. Go into a little bit more detail about why the music is really going to touch us.
Well, the music, there's some of it that really resonates for New Orleans and that time period, but it's so character-driven. When you have a woman who is having a moment where she's denied a child, it's like that moment when someone has denied Christ, that's a song. You know, in a musical, you sing at the high point of emotion. She sings a song called Just When I Had It All, Just When I Thought I Had It All, when she realizes that Twist is in her face and she had abandoned him at the orphanage 9 years ago. Then you have a song where the evil, the villain, Lucius, not worth a nickel, who is really on a hunt for this kid to destroy him so he could take his inheritance, sings a song called Not Worth a Nickel. Then you have the kids sing a song called This Is Where I Want to Be, where they're talking about how they don't want to go to school, they don't want to go to church, they want to be able to run the streets, and they like it like this. It's so much fun.
Well, I'm looking at the incredible dancing there. I mean, choreography. It's just incredible. And how does it feel to be back here in Atlanta at the Alliance?
I love Atlanta. I really love this town. I like the people. I've been to all the restaurants 2 or 3 times.
I was just going to ask you, what you know, you don't have to give us too many details so people don't start stalking you, but where do you like to spend time? I mean, just eating? Is there a particular, you know, attraction you like to go to?
Well, I never heard of the Fork and Screen. We don't have that in Los Angeles, where you can go to the movie theater
and have your beer,
have dinner, and have a cocktail. Child, I thought I had died of going to heaven.
It is great, isn't it?
They bring you the popcorn.
Yes.
I was like, honey, please.
I can't believe that in L.A. Well, there's something wrong. You need to start one.
I am, honey. I'm going to go back there as if I came up with new ideas, child, please.
Exactly.
I love that. I love going to the malls. I just love the malls.
We have great malls.
Yeah, and the people, and it's just great. The audiences here have been such a cultural mix. This is what I love about Atlanta. You know, you think of New Orleans as being that melting pot where you see so many different kinds of people. Well, the audiences here have been everything. They're black, they're white, they're Latin, they're French.
Young and old, I'm sure.
Young and old. They're from Miami. They're from so many different places.
That's great.
And I love hearing the feedback because that's my real litmus test, is the audience.
Oh, of course, yeah. And you know, I was reading all about, of course, IMDb, you know, the database for finding all about anything you want to know about your favorite actors, actresses, directors, and you've done so much. I mean, so much. I mean, you're basically this goodwill ambassador for the arts and directing, acting. What else do you feel like you still want to do? Is there anything, or you just kind of want to continue on the path that you've been taking?
Well, it's interesting that you asked that, Christine, because my path is taking me so many interesting places. But I wrote a children's book called Dancing in the Wings, and we're turning it into a movie.
Great. A children's movie?
It's a feature film. It's going to be for families.
Oh, great.
It's great. It's about a young girl who wants to dance. The book is about a young girl that's very tall, a young black girl that wants to be a ballerina, and the challenges she finds, and the Russian teacher that takes her in. And that's really my own life story. It really is what happened to me. So I'm looking forward to doing movie stuff. I'm looking forward to just honestly I love doing musical theater. And I just am so hopeful about Twist. And I just came from London, where I directed Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
I saw that. How was that?
It was amazing. And we won the Olivier Award for Best Revival. And I want to bring Twist to London. That's where I want to go.
Well, go for it. Why not? What's holding you back?
They will love it because, you know, Oliver's been running there for 10 years.
Right.
And it's like it's like an opera. They have like 70 children on stage. They have different laws over there in London.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They pay the child by the show, not by the week. And so they have a lot of them. It was pretty good for the producers.
Right, I bet, yeah. You had a lot of kids working for you. Actually, probably, more than you could probably hear, right?
Yeah, more than
here. With all the regulations.
Yeah, but I really, when I started working on this, I said, wow, it'd be great to go back to the West End with Twist. That would be great.
We'll try it. And I know I have one last question I got to ask you for all of your fans out there, like myself. People still always associate you with Lydia Grant of Fame. Is that okay with you? I mean, do you have people come up off the street and say, you know, the line that you used to open up with every day?
They want to hear me say, you got big dreams, you want fame, it costs. Right here is where you start paying as well. I love that because it's interesting that it's rare that you can do a show or do anything that leaves that kind of impression and impact. The footprint that we have left with Fame is still walking around this planet. I had a young woman from South Africa last night who just was so humbled to be in my presence because Fame was what kind of was survival for them, for the young people there. So,
well, it gave them hope.
Gave them hope about what they could become and what they could do. So Fame is a big part of my who I am, and it always will be, and I always will claim Lydia Grant. She's a little bit of Debbie Allen. There's a little, Lydia Grant is a different person, but there's a little bit of me in her.
Well, thank you so much for being here. We're so excited. I can't wait to see Twist. It sounds like it's going to do great. The audience is loving it.
Yeah.
And we love you for being here. We appreciate it.
Christine.
And you can see Twist at the Alliance Theater through October 3rd. For tickets, please visit alliancetheater.org.